Welcome, welcome, beautiful souls. So typically right now, I would say, welcome to another episode of Magical Moments. However, we have had some really exciting changes over here. And this episode today is to share these with you and to give you an update on how life has been evolving, right? This journey that we're on is always evolving. There's always something new happening. There's always a new decision. There's always a new direction. There's always a new choice that is available for us. And this is true of my life as well, right? I teach this, but I also live this and embody this. So Magical Moments is now going to be called, or wants to embody the name of, Water Rising. And this was downloaded to me when I was out at the reservoir that's near my house. And I was out there in the winter and it's dry, and it's just the dry bed of where the water will be in the summer and the spring. But at this particular time, it was dry and I was walking. And one of the things I love is to do transmissions. Like these Magical Moments, Now Water Rising episodes are transmissions, right? I get an idea, I get a teaching, and then I come here and I share it with you. And as I was walking the land, it became really obvious that this wants to be bigger than just one video a week and one episode a week. And so Water Rising was given to me, and there's an intro episode to Water Rising that's over on Substack that you can listen to and really get the understanding of where it came from and how it is here to serve us. So if you go on over to Substack, there's an audio over there that you can listen. And what's going to happen is we're going to have these weekly video and audio transmissions here on Fridays. And then if you join us in Substack and sign up over there, there's exclusive content. I'm always getting information coming down. And what was happening was I was writing notes or giving myself a voice memo to then record later. But what was happening was the energy of what that teaching wanted to be wasn't there in that moment. It was in the moment when I took the notes. So my devotion to this is that when the transmission arrives, I pull out my phone and I bring it in for us. The teaching, right, that wants to be shared in that moment, that's available right then, gets to be recorded. And then it's going to live on Substack as Water Rising. So there will be many episodes, many teaching. We already have over 2 hours of content over there for you. 10 episodes that you can dive into and that you can use to help you on this path. And the essence of Water Rising is about how we're not here to fix ourselves and heal ourselves and change ourselves before we can do our work, before we can live our life and follow the authenticity that it lives within us. It's about cultivating it, expanding your consciousness, and harvesting your authenticity right now in this moment, right? You're not a problem that needs fixing. You are a divine, wise, intelligent being that has so much to share with the world. And it's unearthing that, right? The ability to embody that, to walk in that, and to be that inside of all your moments. So that's our first change. The other change you might have noticed is that our email list now, our YouTube, many places, you're seeing the words awakened, embodied, and empowered. And this is the new brand. This is the teachings, the words, the essence that wants to be shared with you. And for me, this has been my own journey, right? The awakening of my third eye, the embodiment of my heart and my truth, and then taking that wisdom and using the energy of the earth and my sacred divine feminine in order to become embodied and create and bring something into the world that is magical, and to allow yourself the freedom to truly walk the path that is authentically yours. And when we bring these all into alignment within our being, this is the path to living an authentic life. It is the path I have walked. It is the path I have studied. And now it is the path I am here to share with you. So that is another change that you will see, right? We're no longer the modern day intuitive. This new energy of just divine, feminine, creative authenticity is landing here to be shared with you. So also, Alchemy Intuitive Wisdom from the Soul podcast is having a slight change. It's just now Intuitive Wisdom of the Soul. And this will house the Friday Water Rising episodes. And then also still on Wednesdays, right, we will be offering the readings, the intuitive guidance readings where we have a guest on the show and we dive into a challenge or an uncertainty that they are facing or moving through, and we channel wisdom and then we share it with you. And one of my favorite comments that I receive for feedback of the podcast, and one of the most in alignment with the inspiration of what the podcast wanted, is that people listen and then they binge watch or binge listen. And then they say, I thought you were talking directly to me. And it's this thread, right? It's this essence that has always been the gift of the podcast, that you see yourself in the teaching, in my guest, in what is happening with the person that I'm engaging with. And through this, you open something in yourself, right? And the teaching that we're not alone. And when we recognize that we all struggle with so many similar problems and we're working through this together as humanity. So this is the gift that the podcast has continued to give. And also, more changes. So much has been happening. It really is because of, and I know some of you know this, I've talked about it before, but in December, I was really, really called to pull back on working with clients, on offering programs, and just spend time with my family, spend time in nature. And all through the winter, this is what I did. I hibernated and I harvested, and I planted the seeds, and then I waited to see what they were going to become. And it was so beautiful that in February and early March, that all these seeds started sprouting, and all these ideas and all these wishes of the work that I do started coming together in a way that was really cohesive and really supportive of what I teach and how I support my clients. So it's been a really beautiful entry into spring with all this newness, new creativity, new outlets for sharing spiritual teaching, embodiment teaching, truth teaching with you. So we offer a lot of self-study courses as well as the work that you can do directly with me. And these are now all going to be housed on our website, but inside of a container called School for the Soul. So you'll see that now in our marketing, on our website. And this is where we house all the content that is there for you to explore on your own. And there's many different programs in there. There's many more that I'm creating, and they're all going to live in School for the Soul. And as the name implies, right, this is school, different than school, right? We can have so many interesting patterns and relationships to learning and the way that we went through school when we were younger. School for the Soul is here to just change all of that. And it is about opening a divine door for you to step through and remember your truth, your authenticity, to be seen, to be heard, to be witnessed inside of all these programs that are designed to develop your intuition, help you understand and live into your purpose. Develop and understand, right, your authenticity. And so there's a lot of things over there. Check those out. There's going to be links to all this in the show notes. I don't want to overwhelm you. Yet it is really exciting and it does want to come through. And I felt that this episode is the best way to just put all that together for you. So the last thing is the journey. And now the journey is Oh, it just makes me get so excited. It is a program that I have created. It's based on my own life. It is mirrored in the energy of the shamanic energy medicine wheel, where we move around the wheel and move through the directions, learning, deepening, engaging with spiritual practice, ceremony, ritual, but also unearthing what is your truth? What is your purpose, your authenticity, right? We're all on a journey already. Some of us consciously, some of us maybe just awakening to that, right? That this life is a journey. And so the journey is the place where we walk this path together. And it is my love letter to Mother Earth. It is my bridge, the bridge that I have crafted, right? Lovingly crafted through my own lived experience, through the path that I have walked, so that you can marry these parts of yourself, so that you can learn to walk this path supported and really ignited in your own inner wisdom. You know that my biggest joy is to awaken the part of you that knows your greatness, that I am here as an inspiration and a reflection of the truth that lives in you, of the incredible being that you are, and that everything I have done, I hope, can be a mirror for you to see this part of yourself and for you to go deeper with yourself and for you to be willing to love yourself, right? Ultimately, I believe everything boils down to the quality of loving that you are willing to engage with yourself. And this is ultimately what changes your life and changes your frequency, your vibration, all the things. How are you being in all of your moments with yourself? And what is the quality of love that you are willing to give yourself? And so inside the journey, these are all the things we explore, right? All the facets, all the pieces that come together to truly give you the freedom, the peace, the calm, the love that you are searching for. And my love, it lives within you. Nothing outside of you will give you what you are seeking until you find it first within. So again, all of this is listed in the show notes for you. We'll be sending out emails. And join us over in Substack for exclusive content, and just keep listening, pay attention to all the things we are rolling out for this incredible spring and summer and rest of 2025 to support you during some really unprecedented, incredibly challenging times, right? But it is in the coming together and the centering in yourself that you will connect with the tools that you need to make this one of the best times in your life. So, much love to you.